The crisis response initiative interventions, they were funded by International Fund for Agriculture Development, and mainly it was about answering the Ukrainian war impacts. When Ukraine and Russia started fighting in 2022, the prices for critical inputs went higher, and actually this resulted into the high price of animal feeds and other products like wheat, which are very critical as far as food security is concerned. The International Fund for Agriculture called for concepts from countries that were being affected. So our concept was approved, and we were funded to a tune of $5,500,000 to support households, and so they can overcome the impacts of the Ukrainian-Russia war.
Olukiiko luno nalwese nga ndikwenda kwandula programu eno ey'okugaba ebijimusa. Twafuna amawulire nti ebifo ebirimibwamu ebinaazi endala yekalisizayo ino. So banayifwe betukola nabo ab'ekitongole ekyo ekyetebwa IFAD. IFAD kitegeeza International Fund for Agricultural Development. Mbegano basalawo bana muliwulira, basalawo bakati engeri endala yeyekalisiza ino mu bitundu agalimibwa ebinaazi n'ebyetooloire, leka tubageeyo $1,000,000 mujje mutumbule okulima ebintu ebindi mu bifo ebyo.
This grant, we used it to procure fertilizers that we were given or distributed to over 9,000 households in the 5 and 6 districts of Uganda. That is Karangara, Muvuma, Mayuge, Bujiri, Namayingo, and Igangarulo. And the target hectares to be supported in maize were around 14,000 hectares, and others were mainly for soybean. So we thought that doing that would increase maize production and availability, therefore securing these households against food and income insecurity.
Government of Uganda Limited yefe company yaweebwa omulimu okugaba fertilizer mu district y'e Mayengo, era ng'olwaleero kuli wano n'omulimi waffe Okumu Samuel okubeera ng'afuna fertilizer we asimba kasooli ng'emmere ne fertilizer asimba ebijanjaalo ng'enva. Projekiti eno obukulu bwayo kubeera nga tufuna emmere mu maka gaffe. Amakungula agasingawo awo tujja kubanga abalimi bajja kuba nga bagatunda nga bayambeko osasula school fees n'okujjanjaba oba n'ebyetaago ebirala mu maka gaffe.
We gave out fertilizer, the type NPK, which we got from the Ministry of Agriculture under the NOP program. This fertilizer was given out to our farmers all over Bujiri district to a tune of 10,000 bags of 50 kilograms each. These farmers, our extension workers, went on to train them on how to apply this fertilizer, and our extension workers trained them and they applied the fertilizer correctly by applying 1 bottle per hole. The performance of the crop is promising because we are not yet, we haven't yet harvested this crop. For example, we applied in maize, and the maize has been growing vigorously and is promising results.
we have trained farmers on how to apply the 3 types of fertilizers that were given to them. The first type of fertilizer is the maize blend, which is applied to maize at planting time. The second type of fertilizer is called the cereal top dress, which is applied to maize when it is at knee height. And the last category of the fertilizer is called the soya and bean blend, which is applied to soya and beans at planting stage. Farmers have always asked for knowledge, for information. Of course, they didn't know, even if they were given these fertilizers, how to use them.
Maina neirobozi ninzetivu wa Shamimu nga nsinzire wano mu district y'e Bugiri era nga ndi mulimi wa duuma ne soya. Nebaza government eno eyatugabira fertilizer twasobola okukozesa mu malimiro gaife. Mbaire enimanga kenfuna soya ensawo 5 aye kati ndi kusuubira ofuna ensawo 9 ku 10. Mbaire enimanga duuma nganfuna ensawo 4 ku 5 aye kati ndisuubira ofuna ensawo 14 ku 15. Era ndi musanufu kubanga ndisuubira okutundaku okusomesa kw'abaana n'owundi asigaleyo wakatulye.
Nze Okumu Samuel okuva Mpano A mu Bulamba Ward mu Namayingo Town Council mu Namayingo District. Nja kusooka kwebaza gavumenti olw'okusobozesa okutuwa fertilizer. Nalimanga duuma nga nima eka 2 ku 3 aye nga nsobola okufuna duuma mu nsawo 10 aye saawa dino nga bwe yatuwa fertilizer ndikubona duuma wange anirira bulungi era nsuubira okufuna. Nalimamu eka dange 2.5 aye nsuubira okufuna duuma wange ensawo okutandikira mu 2 kwa 25 kwa 3. Kale nsuubira okukola obulungi n'okusinga ku lwa fertilizer gavumenti gyewatuwa.
Ninza ava kusadwa magari owekafumita ndi mulimi wa duuma aye duuma ono ye nalima ono nagula bugule wengula duuma nafuna ekitongole ekisomesa okulima wenima duuma oyo essaawa eno duuma ye nalima eka 3 mulungi okusinga kuyembaire enumere ono ndikuli ono ye nalima nsuubira ensawo 6 okusinziira wali mulungi n'okusinziira fertilizer ebatugabira gavumenti yatugabira okusinziira wali kukola era ebirime engeri duuma wange engeri yasituike bulungi.
Nze Boogere ndi mulimi ate ni maduuma aye itaka okuva bulyanjiriro bulwaire bwa kayongo. Season yewaire kyatukuba ino kuba mu yiika 2 nafuna mu bwansawo inede kire 10 aye okuva government buyatulumukira netuwa fertilizer makungula kuluno ndi kusuubira mu yiika 2 okufuna ensawo 10 oba 12 okusinziira ku makungula gano getuli kusuubira okufuna. Emere twida kuba nayo mu bungi ate n'okusingira mu kiseera kino ekyekye yekiri kwida. Then surplus sana abasigaira ajja kutuyamba okuweererera abaana baife kuba kibaye kitukalubya ino tuli mayengo okufuna kutono aye tuli kusuubira makungula amangi. So twenda kubebaza banaife mwe bali kutulumukirira era twongera kusaba mutulumukirire yala.
Amaina gange nize Aida Mutesi ewe Magogo Village Iganga District. Ndi mulimi wa duuma mbaire nima eka 2 aye nga buli eka nfunamu kilo 4 aye kati nfuna buti saawa eno ndi kusuubira okufuna buli eka kilo 12 era duuma wange mulungi fertilizer tukoze bulungi kuba saawa eno duuma alitambula bulungi. Kati nenda kwebaza gavumenti n'ekitongole kya IFAD buti mwebale kuba kitukoze bulungi duuma mulungi era twongera abasaba tuti webayo obuyambi obundi era obwa fertilizer mutwongere tutambule tusobole okugaziga twenumingirize mu gavumenti eno.
I have been planting maize in my 4 acres of land, but I could get 1,000 kilograms of maize during the harvest. But this time, the government has provided me with the fertilizer for planting and putting top dress. I expect to get 6,000 kilograms of maize in my 4 acres of land. Therefore, I expect to have enough food for my family and the surplus to sell off so that I can do other things. I therefore thank the government of Uganda and the organization that has given us the fertilizer. It will encourage us to get enough food for our families and also to have income in our homes.
One of the challenges we faced in implementing this CRI is that there were delays in rainfall. We expected to have harvested, but the rain is delayed, and our first production is going to be January. But in principle, this CRI was supposed to end before the end of this year. So we expect our first harvest in December, Jan, February, and the expected yield for maize we expect 34,000 metric tons, and for soybean we're expecting 8,000 metric tons. And actually that will improve the food availability in Uganda and other parts, especially our maize goes to Kenya and the other neighboring countries like Rwanda and Sudan. So this was a very good intervention and will boost the household income as well as food security in the project areas.
Nebaza gavumenti ni IFAD okutuyamba okutuleetera fertilizer ono. Mwebale ino mwebalire irala. Kansuubire nti mwida kutwongera tube n'amaani tube n'obulamu tusanyuke.